Yes, people. This is Matt from Back of the Net podcast. Listen, game week 8. Yeah, Arsenal. We're going to start with them. I'm not even going to talk about all the fixtures. We're going to talk about Arsenal. Yeah, 1-0 win against Man City. Listen, I was one of the few. I thought it was going to be a tricky game. I was thinking, you know what? They'll take the lead. We might equalize, just like last year. But we played well. I think with City, you kind of got to stay in the game. You got to kind of, show them like they can't come and bully you. And I think that's what we really did in this one. Declan Rice was so important in this one. I feel like having him in midfield as he plays his box to box, stuff. He just was fantastic. There was tackles he was doing on Nunes, a couple of blocks here. There was one way I think he was towards our goal and just worked his way out, got a nice pass away. Listen, we played very well. Martinelli come on, obviously got the goal deflection off Ake, should I say. And listen, 1-0 win, it's got a good ring to it. Like, I'm one of them fans. I like a 1-0. Like 1-0 feels so complete. It's like, our defense kept them out. Like, we're solid. And listen, that takes me to Gabriel and Saliba. Great partnership at the moment. They're working very well together. Ben White is doing his thing. But we're just going to talk on Saliba. Those that know me already know what I think of the guy. I said it for a long time. He is probably on form now, the best centre back in the Premiership. In Europe, I'm not watching a lot of European football, so I don't know where he is up there. But in the league, definitely up there in terms of form. Fantastic defender. Closed down Haaland. Like, not many defenders have done that. We saw the barge that he did on him as Haaland was trying to run through and goal, knocked him down to the ground. And Saliba, I feel like he's getting better as it's going on. And I don't know about most people, but I loved when he spoke about, if I was there, we would have won the league. That's the type of thing you want to hear. You want to hear a defender that's got an aura about them, is confident. And listen, he proved to a lot of people just how good he is. And we've heard Rio Ferdinand talk about him and rival fans alike. And yeah, phenomenal defender. Probably my favorite Arsenal player. Those real ones know. But listen, good win for us. On City, I don't even think they're out. A lot of people say, oh yeah, City are done. Listen, we know how City are. I don't really think they're too worried. All right, they've lost 2 on their bounce. That hasn't happened in a while. But, Pep will get them going again. They'll have a couple of players fit soon. I think in this game, this was a game to kind of start Grealish. I think Grealish should have started. I think Doku should have maybe come in earlier. And taking off Alvarez was a mistake, I think, as well, because at that stage they needed a goal. And I did think he was causing a few problems, a few nervy moments for Raya in goal as well. But listen, Arsenal come out to win. Big win for them. I always feel like it's important to win your last game before international break. You kind of want to go off with a win. And as fans, anyway, it's a nice thing because you've got 2 weeks of international football. You don't want to sit there and like, oh man, we've got so-and-so after the break and we lost. No, we finished with a win. And there were some good performances. I could be here for ages talking about, but listen, good 3 points. City will just dust themselves down, go again. And listen, I feel for Brighton after the international break because I think City might hit them for 5, 6. Real retribution thing. But listen, big up Arsenal, big win. City, as I said, they'll just go again. And the other game that was quite interesting actually after it was Man United Brentford. Brentford took the lead. Funny that game because I was listening to it, and up until like the 86th minute or 87th, I was like, Man United won't win here. And then I literally just stepped out my house and I'm like, what? 2-1? Like, how are they winning this game? And to hear Scott McTominay scored twice, I was just like, oh my days, like, what is going on? And, I watched the highlights later and how the goalkeeper, listen, I don't care what anyone says, that goalkeeper had to have saved that header. The McTominay one. Awful keeping. Honestly, he's soft wrist. Like, what do they call it? Is it paper wrists or something like that? Like, awful keeper there. Or keeping, should I say. And at the other end, listen, the less say about that goalkeeper, the better. They bought this guy as a replacement for De Gea, and he's making so many mistakes. I know De Gea, when he first come in, was making a couple of mistakes, but a lot of his mistakes were coming and claiming the ball because he was a bit slim. We remember that, and he beefed up and got better at it. But Anana, like, he's not saving the simple shots. Like the Brentford one went kind of straight at him, didn't save it. Did the same against Galatasaray as well. And he's been struggling all season. Even some of the basic ones you think just save it. And he does this weird thing with his body and how he saves it. And it's like, I think Flex from United View was saying like he seems like he's struggling to do the basic motion of saving, which is a bit of a concern for United. But listen, they won, pulled it out the bag. And that was big win for Ten Hag. I feel like that was a game where had they have lost that, as I mentioned earlier, about they're going into international break with a defeat, that would have simmered hard. And these 2 weeks, it would have been like, what do we do now? Because they've got Sheffield United and then they go on and play Manchester City after that. So they could have gone to the Sheffield United game, called them out of one narrowly, but then the City game would have been the big one. And obviously, if they're going to lose that or go and lose that, who knows what would happen to Ten Hag? But they pulled it out, and you know what? It had that feel of, first of all, rest in peace to Sir Alex's wife, Kathy, who passed. It felt like it had that feel like the Scottish guy scored 2 goals last minute as well. Injury time. Fegg was famous for injury time. And it just had that feel. And listen, big up to them for winning that. Brentford will be disappointed as it didn't hold on. I don't know what to make of them at the moment. They're a bit disappointing. They're not really playing the best. But listen, I'm sure Thomas Frank will get them playing well. I'm not worried about them going down, but they need to improve if they want to kind of finish high in the table. We're going to go the next game. We're going to go Brighton and Liverpool. Great game, I would say. Thing is, all 4 goals are from mistakes. The first one, Alisson passed it into Van Dijk, and then Van Dijk straight to McAllister, who gets caught. And I think it was Adingra scored. I still think Alisson should have saved it. I kind of don't think he had his bearings at the time. And listen, we're not going to stick with that because, listen, Alisson's a great servant for Liverpool, fantastic keeper, probably the best in the world. So these things do happen. But Liverpool come back, Salah scored. First goal, nice finish. Harvey Elliott just let it, look. Do we call that a dummy or do we just say left it? Don't know. Salah scored and then obviously got the penalty. And you kind of thought Liverpool would go on and win the game. Gravenberch, listen, had he scored that goal, they would have won the game easy. But yeah, he missed great chance, hit the crossbar, and he'll be disappointed with that. And then, Robertson, what he was doing from that cross. Why would you leave it? I don't understand. As a defender, when them type of crosses go towards clear it, and it's kind of like someone called for it, and he kind of like jumped out and left it. So yeah, I think that was poor from him. And Liverpool be a bit disappointed because they should have won out 3-1, 4-1 winners. But listen, the longer you leave it at 2-1, you're at risk of conceding, losing your 3 points. So they'll be disappointed with that. But listen, I expect Liverpool to be up there. Great team. Like, I think what Klopp has built is a fantastic unit. I still think defensive, they're conceding too many goals. But going forward, they're going to score plenty. And as long as they have Salah there, Szoboszlai, Diaz, Nunes, listen, they've got a great forward line. So they're going to cause a lot of teams problems. So, yeah, I think it's one of them again. So draw, way up Brighton, you take the point, you move on, be disappointed, but you go again. Liverpool got this. They'll be all right. West Ham, 2-2 against Newcastle. One of them games, I guess, and Newcastle will be happy with a point. West Ham is showing that they are improving. Mohamed Kudus with a goal, great finish by him. And Alexander Isak scores 2 for Newcastle. I look at Newcastle and I think they've got a very good team. I think it was Stuart Pearce talking about to win the league. They're not winning the league at all. I'll say it now. They're not winning the league. Listen, if they win the league, I'll give every one of my subscribers £100 each. Yeah, because it's not happening. Yeah. £100, £10, £100. But yeah, they look like they were just content with the draw after that goal by Kudus. West Ham continue to impress me. Paqueta playing well. Alvarez still looks decent. And Moyes has done well. I think a lot of people need to give respect considering how people wanted him out last season. So credit's where it's due. He's got them playing nice football. Bowen's playing well. Souček look like got a new lease of life, So yeah, no, they look all right as well. So it's a tough league. There's some good teams and teams are improving. And I feel like that's why a lot of teams, i.e. Man United, need to ensure that they push up the table as soon as, because these teams will leave you behind the way they're performing. And if you're not careful, boy, that's no Europe for you. But it is what it is. But yeah, they played at a 2-2 draw. We have Luton versus Tottenham. Tottenham won 1-0. Always going to be a comfortable one for them. A couple of my fantasy football players disappointed me. I'm sure a lot of you have some Tottenham players, i.e. Maddison, Son, Udogie, but they disappointed me. Basuma got sent off. Stupid dive. Like, you've just got a yellow. Why are you doing that? It made no sense. Luton, see, this is the thing. At 10, when Spurs went down to 10, we had that chance, basically an open goal. How he missed that, I do not know. And we all knew he was going to come back to haunt them. And yeah, great goal by Van Levine, who is class. Like, he's been very good. I wasn't too sure. I didn't know a lot about him before, but he's really, really impressive. I think him and Romero have been good. I think they complement each other well. And that's a good base for Tottenham to build on. And the goalkeeper as well looks good, Vicario. I know a lot of people are unsure when he first come over, but he's been playing well. I feel like all they really need now, they need Richarlison to step up, because he had a couple of chances. And, you know, when Son goes to the Asian Cup, they need Richarlison to really hit the ground running in terms of scoring goals and stuff like that. So they'll be a bit concerned with that. But listen, they're top now, another win. And listen, I'm seeing a bit of a different side to Tottenham. I'm not going to say they're going to go on and win the league, but if January they're in this position, who knows what can happen? You know, it's still early days, but good start for them so far. In other games, Palace drew 0-0 against Nottingham Forest. Nothing really to talk about in that game. Fulham won 3-1 against Sheffield United. We had who else? Burnley, Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea won 4-1. I think they're just picking up a little bit now, and Chelsea have quality. They've had quality the whole season. You know, there were some games where they were just missing chances, and they took their chance in this one. Raheem Sterling was fantastic in this game. Burnley took the lead, but I'm a bit concerned for Burnley. I feel the style of football they're trying to play is kind of hard with the players they've got, and I think they're going to get knocked back in a lot of games this season like that. And I'm not too sure how long Vincent Kompany will last. In my opinion, I don't think he makes the end of January. I really, really don't. I think they're going to really struggle to get anywhere. I feel like they're going to be near the bottom of the table and decide, you know what, enough's enough, and bring another manager. They've got to understand, with the way he's trying to play, it's going to take time. But in this Premier League, you don't have the time. All right, it works in the Championship, but Premier League's a whole different kettle of fish. So yeah, I'm a bit concerned for them and Kompany. Chelsea will be happy with a 4-1 win. They'll probably be disappointed that international break has come. After international break, the first game will be Arsenal at home. So for Arsenal, that's a tougher game than it would have been a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I'm sure Poch will be happy. Chelsea fans alike will be happy. And listen, well done to them. And let's just see if they can go on a run now, because I'm sure they're going to have a couple of players back fit. I think Carney, I'm going to call him because I don't have to say his surname, will be back along with Reece James. So yeah, they'll be in a better place. And I'm sure we'll see them pushing up the table in no time. I just want to talk again about the bottom three just before I wrap it up. I know I said about Luton. Wolves drew 1-1 with Villa. Kind of a mere game. Hwang scored. Pau Torres. You know what I mean? Villa, I kind of expect them to win that one. So I think they'll be a bit disappointed by that. Who knows? Maybe the whole Europe and Premier League thing, they find it a bit challenging. But yeah, let's see how they finish up the season. But yeah, back to what I was saying about the bottom of the table. So you've got Sheffield United on 1 point. Bournemouth on 3, Burnley on 4. Now, I did say Luton would finish in the lowest points total ever. That might not happen now, because after the Everton win, I was like, like maybe not. But yeah, I think they'll still go down anyway. I think as the season goes on, teams pick up their form a lot more. I think they'll go. I'm worried for Bournemouth. You know, they sacked Gary O'Neill, and then you've brought in this guy from, is it Bilbao? If I'm wrong, guys, put in the comments. And he's not really done much with them. Like, he hasn't really got a style with them. Like, I know they played well at Anfield, but since then I haven't really seen them perform well. So Bournemouth fans will be concerned. You look at Gary O'Neill, who they got rid of. He's gone towards doing a great job. You know, sometimes just work with that manager you have and really give him a bit of time to, you know, really implement their style and bring in players they want. Because yeah, looking at his table now, they're going to be in a battle. 100%, they're going to be a battle, along with, again, I forgot another team to mention, Everton, by the way, did beat Bournemouth, a 3-0, good win for them before they play Liverpool after international break. But yeah, I'm worried for them. Burnley, I'm worried for as well. As I said, I think Vincent Kompany will get sacked by the end of Jan. Wouldn't want to see it, but I think that's where it's heading. And yeah, some other teams can get dragged into that. Forest, I think, will be all right. I think they've got quality, and up top, they've got 3 good players. Like, I look at Hudson-Odoi, Elanga, Awoniyi, even Gibbs White. So I think they'll just have enough to get up in terms of quality up there. But them other teams I'm worried for. Sheffield United, man, I thought they would finish above Luton, but the way they're going, and I realised they've still got McBurney, and I saw that and I was like, you don't have no hope if you still got him up top. But yeah, they'll be very disappointed, man. And I think they're going to be another team where the manager will probably go by the end of Jan as well. They'll probably want to change up because they'll be like, there's no hope. Might as well start now, preparing for the next season. But listen, we'll see what happens. And I want to get my predictions from beginning of the season I thought would go down, because I think I'm very, very wrong. But yeah, guys, listen, that's my post-match reviews. Before I talk about their little relegation battle, because I'm a bit concerned about a few of the teams at the bottom. And yeah, listen, international break now. I don't know if any of you guys are excited for it. I'm not. You know, I mean, it's the same old, like, I literally put on, and I'm sure every time I watch international break, France are playing Luxembourg or something, like, or anything like that. But yeah, listen, it was great doing this one again. I'm going to try and do a couple through the international break as well. But I'm going to do ones based on like one team and talk to different fans about their team so far and just see what their hopes for the rest of the season. But listen, guys, I've loved doing this. Thanks for tuning in. Listen, like, follow, all of that. Subscribe to my Twitter. I've got TikTok as well. Well, I post a couple of videos, a couple of me in goal as well, just showing people, I've got the skills, man. Anyone wants to test me out, say how good I am in goal, let me know, bruv. Yeah, we'll hit the park. I'll give you 10 pens. I'll say 5 minimum. Yeah? All of you. Let's go. But listen, it's been a joy. As I said, let people know. And let's do this, boys. Let's get boys, girls, all of that. Actually, let me be careful what I say there. But yeah, let's get it moving, man. I'm really trying to push it as much as I can. Get myself out there. Let people know about me. And be there. Love, my people. Peace.